my polyamorous love affair with Jesus and Hindu goddesses. So just two next. So the fact that my mother, who is not happy about the book, maybe you can use it as an oracle. It's really good. All right, so the first one I want to read is called "What If God Were All of Us?" Oh, by the way, you might notice my handy bookmarks. These say, "A man is not what I am." And I really hate the word man. And one of the, like you're nodding in agreement, one of the stories in the book is called "A Man is Not What I Am." There are, I swear, hundreds and hundreds of these bumper stickers or buttons because it's sort of a personal campaign. And feel free on the fortune cookie and sake table, take as many of them as you want and distribute them around the world because if you feel the same way, go over this word. Okay. What if God were all of us? And it has a couple quotes. First quote is the one from Joan Osborne. What if God were one of us, just a stranger on the bus? And the second is from Walt Whitman. The sidewalks are littered with postcards from God. I once was approached by one of those online companies that send out daily spiritual messages. We know the kind. Every day you get a pithy paragraph about peace or contentment or meditation. And they were hunting for new writers, and they somehow found me. So their editor asked for some sample postings, and I obliged. And soon I got back a rather agitated call. "Excuse me, but what's with all the stories?" she asked in a tense voice. We wanted snappy universal truths that people can relate to. Our organization is about God, not all these extraneous details. And you can want to write for us. Keep the personalities out, okay? But I couldn't. I had loved tales of the divine in regular life since I was a child. I had obsessively collected them the way some people do rare wines or Barbies. Any story of a miracle with strange synchronicity held me captive. Over time, the divine and the mundane had become completely intertwined in my mind, one and the same. So I answered, well, what if God is the story? What if the divine is constantly igniting roadside flares to get our attention? What if there actually is a supreme organizing principle with a ribald and unbridled sense of humor? And that what if we each have this ardent inner suitor who's writing us love letters every day that often go unopened? She said she had to go. Well, just as well. Some spiritual groups believe that as we evolve, all the details of our individuality are buffed away into sanitized white light sameness. Any uniqueness is derided as ego. You see this where members mimic an idea of how to be spiritual. Personal style, language, and mannerisms are all erased or punished. An eerie, jargon-slinging, one-size-fits-all, Stepford seeker emerges. And the other route? Well, maybe it's the raucous celebration of God's diversity, just like in nature. The way a lush field of wildflowers bursts open every spring. Each type different, colorful, and bedazzled. Just take a look at the history of saints and mystics throughout history. All eccentric and unique as hell, the whole lot. Uninterested in following spiritual rulebooks, they were inspired to know the undiluted truth of their own souls. Many lovers of Jesus admit that he was a straight-talking rabble-rouser who might not have been led into most modern churches. And the Indian saint of Purana lived on a pile of garbage, while the mystic Laleshwari wandered through the Calcutta streets, half naked and mad with divine love. The goddess Tara was born when a feisty princess was told by monks that she couldn't become enlightened as a woman, and she proved them dead wrong and became a bodhisattva for all time. So what if the highest expression of the personal divine is actually you? Precisely as you are in this very moment, in all your full, authentic, and wounded glory. Wondering.